It is an offense to parade yourself as an operative of the EFCC when you know you are not. Those engaged in this unwholesome act of impersonating the Commission's official should desist from doing so before the law catches up with them. Good evening and thank you for joining us on the program, The Eagle. My name is Aisha Mohammed.
EFCC will get you anywhere, anytime.
4.5 billion naira scam. Court adjourns over former Governor Chimaroke Inamani's ill health. Also today, Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ibrahim Lamurde, has called on Nigerian youths to imbibe integrity as a way of life. Lamurde also charges stakeholders in the Nigerian capital market to be transparent and to operate by the rules guiding the market. Also to come on the program, the Commission secures the conviction of the duo of Abdul Malik Suleiman, also known as Indanu Sebello, and Adagbegene Abdul Aziz, also known as Comrade Patrick Ugo, to 10 years imprisonment for impersonating, conspiracy, forgery, and attempting to obtain money by false pretense. Please stay tuned as Kamali Gaby brings you our first report for the day right after the break.
Cheers! Cheers! What is it?
Please, keep to yourself. Chief Urabo, I got a telephone call.
Anytime I close my eyes,
yes,
I see dead people chasing me in my sleep.
My Jehovah Magadam.
Chief, is it possible for someone to become restless just because of his past?
Nevertheless, unless you kill somebody dead, then the spirit will be haunting you. Hey! Was you all contractors?
I embezzled all the money for the roads that are now death traps, killing people every day. I approved the supplies of fake drugs on pipe and water. I embezzled the money. I dey fear, Chief.
You are supposed to fly a special man that the people of EFCC and chase people who are doing to submit other people money. EFCC, as soon as they capture them, straight to prison.
Chief,
Jail.
Ah!
Are you? Life are not just about acquire wealth, making money. When other people are didn't die of hunger and neglect. Be careful. EFCC and watch.
EFCC will get you anywhere, anytime.
Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ibrahim Lamurde, has called on Nigerian youth to imbibe integrity as a way of life. The EFCC boss made this remark at the launch of integrity clubs in some police secondary schools across the south-south zone of the country. Lamurde, who was represented by Aisha Lare Musa, Head Enlightenment and Reorientation Unit, expressed appreciation to the Nigeria Police Force for the partnership.
Let me begin by expressing my appreciation to the Inspector General of Police and the Nigerian Police Force as a whole for partnering with the EFCC to raise the Nigerian child with integrity in order to secure the future of our great country. The EFCC is convinced that to win the war on corruption, there has to be a deliberate shift from traditional law enforcement to the more robust crime prevention through education and citizens' engagement, and that there is no better level to start from than the level of the Nigerian child. It is for this reason that the Commission establish the EFCC Secondary School Integrity Club.
According to him, the clubs are designed to inculcate the values of integrity and transparency in the impressionable youth, to enable them grow up to be responsible citizens and change agents for Nigeria. Economic and financial crimes, he said, could be best prevented if an individual imbibes strong moral values of integrity, honesty, accountability, transparency, fairness, equity, and trust early in life.
The Integrity Club is an association of students whose goal is to advocate integrity and good governance in schools and the society as a whole. It is envisaged that the initiative would form the foundation of a national integrity movement that would foster ethical, responsible, and caring young people modeling and teaching good character through emphasis on universal shared values. The EFCC Secondary School Integrity Clubs, therefore, are intentionally joint proactive effort by schools and the Commission to instill in our young ones important core ethical values of honesty, fairness, responsibility, and respect for self, others, and citizenship. It is a known fact that most people who engage in corrupt acts do so because they lack good moral values. Corruption can therefore be best prevented if an individual imbibes early in life strong moral values of integrity, honesty, accountability, transparency, fairness, equity, and trust.
He said the launching of the clubs represents the Commission's shift from the traditional law enforcement to crime prevention through education and citizens' engagement, adding that corruption is largely responsible for poverty.
It is unacceptable while we are one of the most endowed countries in the world in terms of human and natural resources. The greater number of our fellow countrymen and women live in abject poverty. It is also unacceptable that while we are one of the most religious countries in the world, the greater majority of our leaders in all spheres of life, including our religious leaders, traditional rulers, political leaders, and our parents, are only concerned about how much they can steal for themselves and their families and friends.
Lamorde further charged the youth to wake up to the challenge of being anti-corruption crusaders, since the future of the country lies in their hands. Commandant of the school, Mohammed Bunu, thanked the EFCC for the initiative, adding that the partnership is timely.
We are gathered here today to inaugurate anti-corruption crusade or launch in an integrity club in the school. This exercise has been going on in other schools, other secondary schools, other police secondary schools all over the country. And I think the exercise is our turn to have it today. This exercise was deliberately conceived by the Directorate of Education in collaboration with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to catch us young. The cankerworm that is eating us deep in this country is corruption. And we have to start it right at your stage here so that we start to nurture a change to have a better tomorrow for us, our children, and grandchildren.
M.M. West, Permanent Secretary, Rivers State Ministry of Education, who stood in for the Commissioner for Education, commended the initiative. He said the idea of catching the children young and enlisting them in the crusade against corruption is a welcome development that will surely help the country.
I also want to thank the EFCC for collaborating with the Nigeria Police to bring this to you. Integrity is one thing that is in very, very short supply in our society. Integrity is something that we need. We have been talking about corruption. You might have also heard the word endemic. There is no one word that is so often used with corruption more than the word endemic. Corruption is said to be endemic in our society. And of course, there is no denying that fact.
Speaking on behalf of the Director, Police Directorate of Education, ACP Austin Odion said the gathering was a landmark in the collaboration between the Nigeria Police and the EFCC in the fight against corruption. According to him, the role of the young Nigerians are vital in eradicating the scourge.
Corruption is about the strongest menace, attacking the development and growth of any nation or society where it thrives. Any society that is aspiring to develop must therefore shun corruption and salute it from thriving. The word corruption was first used by Aristotle, and it is described by Maurice as the legitimate use of power to benefit a private interest. In other words, it simply means unauthorized use of power to give you undue advantage over others. This may take place in government, in politics, in the judiciary, in education, and all other facets of life. In schools, you can notice corruption in cheating during examinations and tests.
SPAO Lawson, who represented the Rivers State Commissioner of Police, Tunde Ogunshakin, at the launch also lent his voice in support of the initiative.
What is affecting us as a nation, what is affecting our children today is nothing but corruption. You will discover that honesty these days is something that is alien to so many people. And that is why you see all forms of crimes and criminality going on. And the city has taken note of it and said we should really thank the organizers of this function, because by the time we start fighting corruption at the tender age, as we are seated there, at least we have hope for tomorrow. And you are the hope of tomorrow.
The inauguration of the club at the Police Comprehensive Secondary School, Port Harcourt, brings to 151 the number of integrity clubs already established by the EFCC across the nation. Apart from the Police Comprehensive Secondary School, similar clubs were also launched at the police secondary schools in Akpabuyo, Calabar, Cross River State, and Okana, Akwa Ibom State. Highlights of the event include a drama presentation by the students.
She good. What is going on? Why are you wasting time? Who is that? Who is that? Why must he be now? Good afternoon.
Good day, young man.
We
are looking for one Mr. James Peter.
James Peter?
Yes.
Okay. I'm James Peter.
You are under arrest for engaging in fraudulent activities. Anything you do will be used against you.
No, James Peter is my father. Mommy! Mommy! James Peter is my father now. He's my father, it's not me. Mommy! Mommy, please!
Now, true, James, how many people here against it? Abi? Who is that? Oh, James! Oh, come, sir.
James.
Who will these people?
Officer, sit down here.
You guys are under arrest for engaging in fraudulent activities. The eyes of the law is upon you. Anything you do, the law shall surely catch up with you.
Officer, it's a wrong person.
From that short drama, it should be clear to you that whatever form of economic and financial crimes you commit, It's only a matter of time before the law catches up with you. In this next report, a federal high court in Lagos has adjourned further hearing in the alleged 4.5 billion naira scam suit preferred against former governor Chimaroke Nnamani owing to his poor health. Kamili Gabi also brings us this report.
A federal high court sitting in Lagos has adjourned proceedings in the trial of a former governor of Enugu State, Chimaroke Nnamani. Justice M.N. Inusa, in granting the prayers of counsel to the former governor Oluyele Delana SAN, said that ill health was an important issue normally considered in criminal matters. Earlier, Delana had informed the court that Nnamani was seriously sick. According to him, the former governor had undergone quadruple bypass and open heart surgery. He also said that while there is relative success with regards to the heart surgery, he has to undergo slow recovery process. In his response, EFCC counsel K.C. Odoze told the court that the matter started way back in 2007. He said it is on record that the accused person, either for health or other reasons, has had cause to be absent in court or ask for adjournments. According to Odoze, and I quote, "If we are to conduct a laboratory test on every counsel present here in court, it would be discovered that everyone here has one health challenge or another." He challenged Delana to provide medical evidence to back up his submission. Justice Yunusa, after listening to both counsel, ruled that he lacks the competence to determine the state of health of the accused person and would not risk the possibility of him collapsing in court. He therefore adjourned the matter to November 3rd, 2014 for continuation of trial. Nnamani is standing trial on charges of money laundering to the tune of 4.5 billion naira while holding sway as governor of Enugu State.
Nigeria is the 6th largest producer of oil in the world. In over 50 years of oil exploration, the country has earned well over $600 billion as oil revenue. If properly managed, it should provide us with a health system that will save lives and not a decaying health system. A society where energy goes round for meaningful development and not an epileptic power supply system. A productive educational system and not a decaying educational system. A society where jobs are created for self-sustainability and not a society where our youth roam the streets unemployed. A highway of safety and security and not roads that lead us to early graves. We should have credible leaders who deliver dividends of democracy to the people and not corrupt leaders who divert our collective revenue for private use. Say no to corrupt leaders. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
Welcome back. Executive Chairman of the EFCC, Ibrahim Lamurde, has charged stakeholders in the Nigerian capital market to be transparent and to operate by the rules guiding the market. Zainab Sana Ahmed completes the story.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has charged stakeholders in the Nigerian capital market to be transparent and operate by the rules guiding the market. Lamurde gave the charge at the joint EFCC Nigerian Stock Exchange Awareness Program in Lagos. Lamurde, who spoke through the Commission's Deputy Director of Public Affairs, Osita Umaja, observed that the stock exchange was the life wire of the ordinary Nigerian who is daily investing in stocks and shares and who must be assured that his investments are being handled with utmost integrity and transparency.
I noted that institutional investors, majority of whom are foreigners, make up a big chunk of players on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, as indeed they do in many other stock exchanges. But the point must also be made that the stock market is literally the life of many ordinary Nigerians. Other than the handful of employers and employees who earn their daily living directly from activities on the NSE, many Nigerians have their entire life savings invested in what goes on right here in this building, and they need to be assured that they have put their lives in safe hands. It therefore behooves every stakeholder, investors, brokers, dealers, regulators, to play by the rules guiding the market.
Lamurde, also appreciated the upward swing in the activities of the stock market made possible by the new management led by Mr. Oscar Onyema. This development, he said, accounted for a Memorandum of Understanding MOU signed by both agencies in October 4, 2013. He, however, cautioned the Nigerian Stock Exchange to be vigilant and address any weakness in its operations that could be exploited by unscrupulous individuals and groups. Mrs. Tini Ade-Awe, General Manager, Legal and Corporate Services of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, NSE, expressed satisfaction with the relationship between the EFCC and NSE.
This is an MOU that we're very, very proud of, because sometimes MOUs will stay on paper forever. And I think it's a testament to those who are the points of contact on the MOU, that they don't want an MOU that's just on paper. They're actually making it work and really doing a lot of work about that. And I think this is a good opportunity to really thank them for that, because we really had a lot of traction on the MOU, which we just signed it in October of last year. We're very, very pleased to welcome the EFCC team here. We've had excellent relations with them since that MOU was signed.
The joint EFCC-NSE awareness program is a major component of the MOU between the two organizations. Through it, the EFCC is seeking to enhance the capacity of NSE members and other players on the market to easily meet their obligations under the Money Laundering Prohibition Act 2011 as amended and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission Establishment Act 2004, among other laws relevant to the exchange. The awareness program was attended by trading members of the stock exchange, top officials of the EFCC, and the NSE. Now to the conviction. Justice O.A. Adeniyi of the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory has convicted and sentenced the duo of Abdulmalik Suleiman, also known as Ndanu Sebello, and Ada Benege Abdul Aziz, also known as Comrade Patrick Ugo, to 10 years imprisonment for impersonation, conspiracy, forgery, and attempting to obtain money by false pretense. The convicts were first arraigned sometime in May 2009 on 11-count charge of attempting to defraud one John Bernard Yusuf of the National Institute for Cultural Orientation, Abuja, by pretending to be operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The convict had asked Yusuf to pay 500,000 naira in order for them to destroy a petition allegedly written against him. Yusuf consequently reported the matter to the EFCC and was asked to play along with the convicts. It was at the point of collecting the cash that Abdulmalik Suleiman was apprehended, while Adegbenege Abdulaziz was arrested afterwards. Justice Adeniyi found the first accused person guilty on 9 of the 11 counts, while the second was found guilty on 5 of the counts. On counts 1 and 2, the accused persons were found guilty and sentenced to 10 years imprisonment without an option of fine for conspiracy and attempting to obtain by false pretense. The first accused was sentenced to 2 years without fine on count 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9. The second accused was sentenced to 2 years without an option of fine on counts 6 and 10, while they were both sentenced to 1 year imprisonment for impersonation. The sentences are to run concurrently. Zainab Sani Ahmed reporting for the Eagle.
Amazing! What manner of guts! For just 500,000, they landed themselves in jail. And that's why we keep telling the public to be vigilant. The EFCC will never demand for money from anyone to influence or destroy a petition. And in addition, the public should report any attempt by anyone to extort money from them under the guise of being an EFCC operative. A dedicated phone line has been provided for that on this program. Next is the feedback segment. Please stay tuned.
Sunday Olasumbo wrote via our Facebook page. He asks, please, what is the procedure for writing petition against an individual and a public servant? Thanks, Olasumbo, for your message. The procedure is simple. Direct your petition with the supporting documents to the Executive Chairman, EFCC, number 5 Formula Street, off Adetokunbo Ademola Crescent, Wuse 2, Abuja. You can also drop the petition at any of our zonal offices or send it via any of our social media platforms, which we will announce as we run off this program. Simon Igu also called through our hotline saying, EFCC kindly investigate the illegal deduction without subscription made by Airtel Limited from customers. Thanks, Ego. Kindly channel your complaints to the Consumer Protection Council, which is the body statutorily charged with the responsibility to handle such matters. While we thank Nigerians for the confidence that they repose in the Commission, it is not every matter that the EFCC can handle. We would like to use this opportunity to plead with members of the public to be sure that their complaints fall within the purview of the EFCC before reporting to the Commission. That's all we have for this week on the feedback segment. Thanks for your contributions. To be part of this segment, please visit us on facebook.com/official EFCC or follow us on Twitter @official EFCC. You can also watch our programs and other activities on youtube.com/official EFCC or send a text to the following numbers 0809 EFCC NIG and 0818 EFCC NIG. You can also report any misconduct by staff of the Commission via dia@efccnigeria.org or call this number 0990447758 between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. weekdays only.
EFCC will get you anywhere, anytime.
Please keep sending your opinions, comments, and suggestions to us. The Public Interface Unit of the Public Affairs Department of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) is driving a national discourse online every week. We are focusing on issues of good governance as it affects the anti-corruption crusade in Nigeria. Please join us on Google Plus by searching for Official EFCC or Official EFCC NG@gmail.com. When signed in your Google Plus account, like us or follow us. You can also join us on facebook.com/official EFCC or follow us on Twitter @official EFCC. You can also watch our programs and other activities on youtube.com/official EFCC. We thank you for your support, and that's it on the program. Goodbye and God bless Nigeria.